Good day everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Sadra S. Ibrahim and today I will be discussing the theory in practice in clinical social work. So, before we proceed, let me briefly ask you if nagkaroon na ba kayo ng thoughts kung bakit natin pinag-aaralan pa itong mga theories na to? Kung bakit pa natin sila pinag-aaksaya ng oras? So, in this topic, masasagot natin kung bakit ba natin sila pinag-aaralan. So, si theory kasi, it is a very important in our profession. So, bakit nga ba siya importante? So, this topic is very important, because si theory, they serve as a foundation of everything we do as a future social worker or as a clinical social worker. So, without theory, our practice would be lack on direction, meaning, and effectiveness. Si theory kasi, it help us understand kung bakit ganun nag-behave yung client natin, kung saan ba nag-occur or nag-occur yung problems niya, saan nanggaling, and ano ba yung appropriate na intervention na dapat ibigay sa kanya. So, it also, as a theory, it also help us become more ethical and competent practitioner because it provides a structured way of thinking and decision making. So in clinical social work, theory is not just something na we study. It is something we actively apply when we assess the clients, when we build relationship, and when we plan interventions and evaluate the outcomes. So in this presentation, I will be discussing the major contributors in the evolution of clinical social work, their theories, their core assumptions, their views of human nature, and how this theory applied in real life situation or in the clinical practice. So, let us begin with one of the most foundational theory, which is Sigmund Freud.
So, let us proceed on the theory of Sigmund Freud, wherein ito yung psychodynamic or psychoanalytic theory. So, si Sigmund Freud, he was an Austrian neurologist na kung saan widely recognized siya as a founder of psychoanalytic theory or psychodynamic theory. So, he became the first, yung theory niya contributed as a basis approach on understanding and treating also the mental illnesses through psychological means. So, during kasi nung early 19th century, yung a mental illness, it was often misunderstood and treated like through biological or hindi pa masyadong naiintindihan. So, si Freud, he revolutionized his perspective by proposing that psychological problems could be understood through the exploration of the mind, particularly sa unconscious. So, si Freud, he introduced the idea that human personality is structured into three parts, wherein we have the id, the ego, and the superego. So, pahabialan natin, kasi discuss na rin natin siya dati. Si id, it represent the desires, the ego mediate the reality, the superego, the moral standard. So, he believed na yung mental disorders arise from the unresolved or unconscious conflict. So, it is rooted on the early childhood experiences na kung saan yung method of treatment dito, mostly anya is yung talk therapy or yung psychoanalysis. So, involved dito yung technique such as yung free association, yung dream analysis, and yung interpretation of unconscious mind. So, in the Freud idea, it worked as the foundation of modern psychotherapy, although many of his idea has been criticized and revised, yung influence, but yung influence niya, it remains a significant methods, in clinical social work, particularly in understanding the importance of early experiences and yung unconscious processes natin. So, let us introduce yung theory ni Carl Jung kung saan, si Carl Jung is isa sa mga follower dati ni Freud, but due to disagreements, kumbaga, nag-away sila ni, kumbaga, to sa disagreements, Carl Jung, he believed na yung unconscious man natin, yung driver force, ganun nagbe-behave yung tao. It is also of the present and future goals natin. Kumbaga, for him, people share a collective unconscious and seek meaning. So, kumbaga, in his theory, Jung believed that people want to find meaning in life. So, that human share common ideas and symbol. Kumbaga, we share similar fears. So, for example, yung dreams ng client natin, kumbaga, it contains symbols like he is being chased. Now, for us, it is a universal meaning of fear, Kumbaga, that reflect his or inner thoughts. So, kumbaga, for him, humans wants balance, growth, and self-understanding. Yung idea niya is used in therapy where it analyze dreams, ano yung para sa client, ano yung meaning ng symbol na yun na, kumbaga, natatakot si client or nagkukos ng difficulties para sa kanya, and we help clients find meaning in life. So, next, another theories focus on social relationship and personal goals. So, isa doon si yung theory ni Erik Erikson na kung saan he developed the psychosocial development theory, na kung saan yung main idea naman dito is, kumbaga, life has stages and each stages has challenges. So, for him, people grow and change throughout life. So, in application naman, it helps client, when it has halimbawa, for example, may identity issues. So, after this, while this theory focus on the problems, other theories focus on the growth and the positivity. So, isa na dito yung theory ni Abraham Maslow, yung humanistic theory or yung mas kilalan natin as hierarchy of needs. So, yung main idea here, people want to grow and reach their full potential. Kumbaga, yung idea niya, yung theory niya, the problem the client may see, they didn't have the first level of ng isang tao, wherein kaya dahil siya nagkakaroon ng issue because wala siyang matirahan or kaya pala siya na-frustrate. Ngayon, may problema. It is because hindi niya ma-reach yung self-actualization na gusto niya, yung self na gusto niya, yung success para sa kanya. So, in application with this, we help the clinicians help the client meet their needs. We focus on their personal growth. So, let's move on the person-centered therapy ni Carl Rogers, or si Carl Rogers. So, he developed the person-centered na kung saan yung idea niya here, is people grow when they feel accepted, when they feel heard. So, yung application here, we show empathy, we show kumbaga, we accept the client without judgment. So, we let the client lead. So, magkaka-same lang din sila, kasi in-expand or it is influenced by the other theories. So, next theories become more practical and focused on behavior and thinking. So, isa na doon yung social learning theory ni Albert Bandura, na kung saan yung idea niya here is people learn by observing others. So, kilala siya as from his experiment na yung Bobo doll, wherein on his experiment, yung adult doon, pinapakita niya yung ginagawa niya sa doll. And nung nakita ng bata yon, ginaya niya yung ginagawa ng adult, which is yung parang he exposed parang binubog niya yung dal. So, it says lang na yung mga bata or yung tao is natututo even just observing and watching. So, kumbaga, dito, no, he says that behavior is influenced by the environment. So, the application here or the therapy here, no, that we will be going to use is we use positive modeling and we teach positive behavior. So, in modern therapy, no, clinicians use na itong cognitive therapy ni Aaron Beck, no, which is napag-aralan, nahapyawan din natin last discussion, no, wherein yung main idea dito is our thoughts affects our thoughts affect our behavior and feelings. Kumbaga, because of our negative thinking, kaya tayo nagbe-behave ng ganito, kaya ganito yung actions natin. So, kumbaga, people can in views of human nature dito, people can change their thinking. So, in application, no, we identify the negative thoughts. Kumbaga, we replace them with positive ones. So, another theory is yung feminist therapy or theory na kung saan ang idea lang here, no, that is the problems are influenced by society and inequality. Kumbaga, people are affected by the social and cultural factors. So, now let us proceed on the other modern therapy na ginagamit na ngayon, no, in modern era. On the yung metacognitive therapy ni Adrian Wells, na kung saan he is a well-known psychologist, kung saan nakafocus yung study niya about sa kung paano gumagana yung isip, kung paano tayo nag-iisip. So, nakilala siya dahil sa malaking contribution niya in clinical psychology, no? Lalo na sa pag-develop ng metacognitive therapy or yung MCT. So, si MCT is the third wave parts ng CBT, no? So, si MCT is isa rin siyang uri ng therapy na kung saan hindi lang siya nakatuon sa kung paano yung pag-iisip ng tao tulad nung traditional CBT therapy, CBT. So, kundi kung paano yung way ng pag-iisip nila, kung paano yung process ng pag-iisip nila. So, in this therapy, no, tinutulungan ng clinicians kung paano nito i-manage yung negative patterns tulad ng overthinking, worrying, and yung ruminations. So, ayon kay Wells, no, kasi, no, yung pagkakaroon kasi ng problem like anxiety at iba pang mga disorders is hindi lang dahil sa negative thoughts nila, kundi dahil sa paulit-ulit na pag-overthink at pagpo-focus dito ng mga tao. So, tinatawag niya yun na unhelpful way of thinking style. So, dahil dito, no, yung goal ng MCT is turuan yung mga client, yung tao, kung paano controlin yung attention nila about this thinking style. So, in metacognitive theory ni Adrian Wells, no, it says na hindi lang mismo yung negative thoughts yung pangunahing problema or yung problem, kundi kung paano natin iniisip or hinahandle yung sarili nating thinking. So, meaning, kung palagi nating iniisip yun, palagi tayong aburido, no, nag-worry, nag-overthink, mas lalo nating pinapalala yung anxiety natin and yung stress natin. So, better understand this. Yung MCT, no, let's compare it with CBT. Diba si CBT nakafocus kung paano i-change yung content ng thoughts ng client. So, for example, ang thinking niya is, I am a failure. So, papalitan yung thoughts na yun into, also, I have strengths. So, I have strengths and weaknesses. So, si MCT kasi, no, nakafocus siya kung paano i-reduce yung mga pag-worry, yung kadalas na pag-iisip natin. So, dito kasi, no, napansin ni Wells na minsan kahit palitan natin yung negative thought natin, nag-overthink pa rin yung tao. So, yung problem is not the thought itself, but how we respond to it. It is very useful, no, to reduce yung mga negative thinking, yung worrying, yung rumination. Yung rumination kasi, yun yung tawag sa paulit-ulit nating pagbabalik or pagre-relapse sa kung ano yung ginawa natin dati. And isa yun sa mga cognitive problem na dapat i-reduce, no, para kumbaga makadagdag pa yung thoughts natin, yung paulit-ulit nating pag-iisip sa mismong problema. So that concludes for my report, no, and assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.